If any place comes close to being like the real world, it's going to be Bucknell, because it's not easy. And you have to budget your time wisely. And it's tough. You got to work.
Well, I think there's a spirit of community here that you don't find at a lot of probably large schools and urban schools. There's a nice mixture of diversity in the programs that are offered and in the talents that are here, and of community in the sense of being in a common enterprise.
One thing that I think students here have in common is that they are, aside from the fact that they are bright, they are pretty much success-oriented. They are rather professional about the way they deal with their education, much more so than students in many other places.
I think most students here are quite well-rounded. Most can do more than one thing well. If you're a musician, I'm sure you can find 3 or 4 others who would like to play in a group. If you're an athlete, there are an abundance of athletes here. It's a very athletic student body. It's a very social student body.
Customarily, when I prepare for a class, I try to frame a question or a set of questions that are pertinent to the materials that we have read together. I pose the question. I try to provoke some kind of answer. I don't care how naive the answer is or how profound the answer is, how long it is, how short it is. I try to provoke some response. And then what I try to do is take that person and that response, wherever it comes from, whatever it is, and then press it and press it and press it.
I remember the first couple days scared to death of going into his class, because he can be so imposing in that he's so intelligent and you just have so much respect for him, and you're scared to death to say something stupid in class. You're just so afraid. And I just love that class now. And although I don't feel that I did very well in it academically, by grade, I got a lot out of it. I really enjoyed it.
I feel that one's classroom education is extremely, extremely important. But on the other hand, I feel that one learns a great deal about themselves, a great deal about others outside of the classroom. That's extremely, extremely important for one's experience here.
A lot of the things I like are things that wouldn't be possible at larger schools. There's the special things they do, like the very first weekend of school, and they have the large picnic for the whole school, and the fireworks and the bands and all that. That's special. You can tell that they're at Bucknell's thinking about the students. It kind of feels like a family kind of atmosphere.
People tend to know quality when they see it. And people want their kids to have a quality education. When I ask parents how they became interested in Bucknell for their sons and daughters, quality. We know it as a good institution.
If I were to tell somebody well beyond the campus what Bucknell is all about, I'd say it's a place where they ought to keep their eye on it, because things are happening here that might not be happening elsewhere.
Going out, one of the professors stopped me and gave me the biggest hug and said, "I'm going to miss you." And that made graduation, just that professor stepping out and hugging me. That was the best.
This is a place that I would always feel comfortable coming back to.
Engineering, business and finance, the sciences, art and design, information studies, humanities, social sciences, communications. You can prepare for almost any career at Drexel University, but with a very significant difference. Drexel integrates its academic curricula with the real world of industry and the professions. Drexel's co-op program is the second oldest in the United States. Through the co-op program, students gain priceless hands-on experience in their fields of study, and they get paid for it.
I feel that Drexel offers a fantastic program because when I graduate, I'll not only have 2 years of work experience behind me, but I've also learned things that you could never learn in a book.
The advantages, I would say, for a student, in my case, electrical engineering, is the experience you get when you graduate, but not just the experience that you put on your resume, but knowing what you want to do in your field, what you didn't like and what you did like, which you don't get in a classroom.
Often you go to school for 4 or 5 years without any real sense of direction in the hope that one day you will find employment in your field. What the co-op program does is it provides an opportunity for you to get that hands-on experience that you need. And after co-op, you may even find that you'd like to change your major, or you'd like to find a different direction for your occupation. So the co-op program is really advantageous in that it gives you a great sense of direction, so you don't feel that you're just floundering from course to course.
In 1984, Drexel became the first university in the world to introduce the personal computer into all its undergraduate curricula.
Well, it's really fantastic because I've never really worked with computers before, and it's given me a handle on basically what kind of a future our country's coming to. Everyone's using them here, and they're having a lot of fun using them too. They use them from studying to social activities, playing around with games and such.
Drexel, a nearly 100-year tradition in total education and looking forward to the century ahead. Ask about us.
Welcome to Florida Southern College, Florida's oldest private college. Founded by the Methodist Church in 1885, our campus became unique among all institutions when Frank Lloyd Wright, America's most famous architect, transformed a 100-acre orange grove into a national landmark and our current home. While we're certainly known for our ultra-modern architecture, we also believe you'll appreciate our small community environment. In fact, 85% of our 1,800 students live on campus. You'll also discover this close-knit feeling where it counts most, in the classroom, where the average size is just 25 and professors know you by name. Even with our small size, our academic offerings are large and broad. At Florida Southern, you'll find not only our traditional liberal arts curriculum, but a host of pre-professional and professional programs as well. A diverse range from law to medicine, engineering to theology, Citra business to teacher education. In addition, Florida Southern offers a number of innovative academic options that include your junior year abroad, or spending a semester studying the power corridors of Capitol Hill, or the United Nations, and an accelerated program that lets our most gifted students graduate in less than 4 years. Deeply embedded in our history of providing a quality education is the idea of developing the whole person, one who can achieve beyond academic fundamentals. We thus strongly encourage each of our students to become actively involved in one of many student-led organizations, be it music, theater, communications, government, religion, and much more. You could belong to one of our national fraternity or sorority chapters, who claim 40% of the student body. And you might find yourself as a key player in one of our many athletic offerings. Participating in one of the nation's most competitive Division II leagues, Florida Southern has nationally recognized teams in both men's and women's sports. And our intramural program is so popular, over 75% of our student body participates. This microcosm of activity underscores what we mentioned before, that Florida Southern College is a close-knit community, comprised of helpful professors and friendly students that are easy to get to know. Don't let finances deter you from getting to know us. Along with our regular financial aid packages, we also offer academic, athletic, and Army ROTC scholarships as well as work-study programs. So if you're bright, active, and have your eye on getting a quality education, we invite you to visit us. And don't be surprised when you find you want to stay for the next 4 years at Florida Southern College.
Glenville State College is located in the beautiful hill country of central West Virginia. The campus appeals to students who like to be on the move, involved in what is going on, to be off towards some activity, rather than the person who wants to be a detached observer. The student body is small, about 1,200 on campus, yet the students produce a wide variety of athletic teams, musical groups, dramatic productions, debate teams, and many other activities. This means that the students are involved and busy, preparing themselves for the demanding schedule that is sure to come after college. Even with the diverse academic programs available at Glenville, there is still time to find your own interest, to make lifelong friends, and to enjoy those 4 college years that will always be a part of you. Yes, Glenville State is located in a rural area, and it is small, but the excitement generated when young people come together is here, just as surely as it is at any major university in the nation.
I was looking for a school in a suburban area, but yet would have easy access to a city. For example, we're within an hour to an hour and a half from Philadelphia and New York City, which I find to be very appealing because you can get off campus and get to these cultural centers, but also be here where there's a family atmosphere, or it's a warmer place, it's much more of a community setting.
There is the intimacy of a small college, which means that the individual doesn't get lost. It means the individual counts. It means that you can pit yourself against others in a very friendly, competitive way that will bring out the best in you.
Since we are an undergraduate institution, our primary concern, our primary mission is the education of the undergraduate. And so we make available time in our office hours for the student to come in and talk to us not only about technical problems, but about career problems and even personal problems. The curriculum is good, the curriculum is modern, our laboratory facilities are really up to date. They have most of the kinds of equipment that's being used in industry today, and the students have access to that equipment.
You know, physics is hard for students. I think it's hard no matter where you are. But I think that a place like Lafayette is ideal for studying a subject like this because our courses are small enough, classes are small enough so that if a student does run into trouble, we can get them come into the office and go over problems and so on. I think the students learn well and we can push them to the limits of their capacities, I think.
I'm able to choose what I want to do. They offer a 5-year, two-degree program. I'm a BS chemistry major and a BA psychology major. Those two don't necessarily mix, but that's something that I wanted to do, and so they left it up to me.
I think Lafayette offers the students a very personal atmosphere, and this is especially important for those who have never been to the United States and maybe require some time to adapt to the new settings.
Diversity among students is one of the key ways students learn. Students don't learn just in classrooms and laboratories in the library. They learn from the student across the hall or down the hall or the roommate or the person they sit with over lunch. And that's because those other students have different viewpoints. And it's by testing one's own views against the views of others. It's by learning of different lifestyles and different experiences and different outlooks. Exactly the things the variety and diversity of students bring to a campus that any given student learns and his or her mind is significantly expanded.
We're looking for a student who can succeed academically, but who will also contribute something to the college community. As we put the class together, we're conscious of balance within the class, too. We want the kind of diversity that will respond to the diversity of opportunities that we offer our students here.
An important part of any college community is the cultural program and the artistic life that the students can enjoy. This means, first of all, participation by students in such art forms as theater, music, performance and ensembles, work in the studio art program in painting and sculpture. But it also includes the array of important and distinguished visitors who come to campus. We've been able to present George Carlin, Robert Klein, comedians.
I think students know that they're participating in a type of experience that is one that they're going to look back on and say, that was a good time in my life.
The flying disc is an example of how engineers apply knowledge to improve a product. Aerospace engineers utilize their knowledge of lift to design an efficient surface, while materials engineers develop the tough yet flexible plastic. Just as engineers cooperated to improve the flying disc, it is important to realize that most engineers rely on teamwork to complete their projects. Also, depending upon the nature of the engineering task, a typical engineer usually performs within a specific function or role. The research function is the place where everything begins. Research involves the development of new applications of existing knowledge or the discovery of new knowledge. Planners are concerned about the development of new systems. After the concept of a product idea, the engineering process now begins. A blackboard or a computer may be used for designing the plans and specifications that show how to build the product. The actual production begins when the research, planning, and design all come together, forming something unique. When you've built your product, someone has to operate and maintain it. Once you've produced the product, the sales engineer helps the client select the right equipment for the job. Finally, the management area of engineering coordinates all of the planning, research, design, production, operation, and maintenance, and sales, so that each job is completed and the final product turns out to be perfect. There has never been a time when the need for engineers has been greater. As today's society becomes more complex, tough problems will require tough, creative minds. If you're interested in engineering, we're interested in you. While at the North Carolina State School of Engineering, you can make new friends. You'll begin a career, and you'll begin to realize your potential as a student and as an individual. We'll prepare you for a career that can be flexible and rewarding. You'll be able to make a contribution to society, and that's what engineering is all about.
NC State is a great place. I really think you'll enjoy it here.
I've enjoyed my years at NC State University, but I still can't throw a Frisbee.
The University of South Carolina. It's a place where the past and the future come together. The beauty of its historic campus provides a setting for state-of-the-art facilities that give students the best of the old and the new. Located in the heart of Columbia, South Carolina's thriving capital city, the university offers students a rich mixture of personal, academic, and professional opportunities. Undergraduate degrees in 63 majors, the master's degree in 104 fields, and 50 different doctoral degrees provide the kind of variety available only at a large, comprehensive university. U.S.A. has outstanding schools of medicine and law, along with highly ranked programs in international business, the sciences, English, and psychology. Whatever field you choose, you'll be taught by people who are recognized nationally and internationally as leaders in their fields. And because Carolina emphasizes global outreach, you'll also have the opportunity to hear from world leaders who bring their special insights to classrooms, symposia, and conferences. Backing up this academic all-star cast is an array of libraries, computer services, and laboratories that are among the very best in the nation. USC's 9 libraries, for example, house more than 6 million volumes, microfilm entries, manuscripts, and periodicals. Major laboratory facilities are available in areas such as electron microscopy, nuclear magnetic resonance, and marine science. Computers are an integral part of academic life at Carolina. The latest AMDAL, IBM, PDP, VAX, Ridge, and Cosmos technology gives students an incredible range of computer capability, providing a terminal for every 23 students and enhancing research in virtually every field. When the $15 million, 415,000 square foot Swearingen Engineering Center is completed in the near future, it will offer satellite transmission and reception capabilities, the latest computer technology, and laboratories for research in fracture mechanics, machine intelligence, robotics, and 17 other engineering specialties. Carolina's capabilities for musical and theatrical performances will soon be enhanced by the Koger Center for the Performing Arts, a superbly designed complex boasting the latest in theatrical architecture and technology. Carolina's increasing academic excellence is attracting better and better students. Most incoming freshmen rank in the top 15% of their high school classes. And for the very best, there is South Carolina College, an innovative honors program recognized as one of the best in the nation. Thanks to the level of education they receive here, U.S.A. students are much in demand in the popular cooperative education program that offers employment opportunities with private industry, government, and public agencies in the Columbia area. Hundreds of internships are also available to undergraduates who want to get a jump on the competition by establishing track records in their particular fields. And despite its size, Carolina offers each student a chance to find a small community of congenial friends who can make the social part of college a warm and memorable experience. Taking part in intramural sports, working with student media, membership in fraternities and sororities, or any of the dozens of other student organizations, all these can provide a second family during your years at Carolina. There are rock concerts, cultural events, and major athletic programs that add a dimension of fun to the college experience. At the University of South Carolina, you can find your way toward an unlimited future.
The mission of the United States Naval Academy, to prepare midshipmen morally, mentally, and physically to become professional officers in the naval service. And it all begins with plebe summer.
Good morning, 88! All hands, sit down!
Plebe summer has been challenging so far. I think you have to come in well prepared, and you have to come in with the right attitude about it. You have to want to be here. The schedule they put you through, it's rigorous. You're up at 5:30 in the morning and you're not in bed till 10 o'clock at night, and you're constantly kept busy. You're gonna doubt yourself, and you're gonna have second thoughts about it, but you can't let it get to you, and you gotta keep pushing, because if you really want it, you're gonna make it. Anybody who comes in here has the talent to make it. They can make it if they want.
A faculty of over 500 military and civilian instructors support a high-quality academic program. The Bachelor of Science curriculum is divided into 3 basic fields, each containing a variety of majors: humanities and social science, engineering, and mathematics and science. All areas of study are equally challenging and interesting.
About how they report circumstances. Just stating the facts. This is going back.
I take the output frequency of this entire circuit, I should see 5 kilohertz output signal.
Mathematically, do some things for me now. What is the derivative of the volume? Okay, you're at attention. I don't want you to be moving unless I tell you to move. You guys are big people now.
Professional development of midshipmen starts on the very first day of plebe summer and continues through graduation 4 years later. It consists of professionally oriented classroom studies and of practical training in seamanship, tactics, small arms, and infantry drills. Upper-class midshipmen soon learn the qualities of leadership when they become responsible for training the incoming class of plebe. In addition to extracurricular activities, every midshipman is required to participate in sports on an intramural level or a varsity level.
You learn to build
a relationship, more or less like sort of a brother-sister relationship when you come here, especially after the 4 years you've been here. You get to know everybody, especially within your company, and you learn to work together, live together, and it just becomes one big family by the time you graduate.
The C.W. Post campus of Long Island University has 6,000 undergraduate students who study on a beautiful 400-acre campus located on the North Shore of Long Island. The campus is less than an hour's drive from Manhattan. It's nestled among estates and horse farms. Historic villages are nearby. In addition to many attractive academic buildings and an expanding resident-student complex, the Post campus has a multi-million-dollar prize-winning student center, a fully equipped professional-level radio station, and a $4.4 million concert theater. Its extensive athletic facilities are used by highly successful men's and women's athletic teams, as well as intramural participants. C.W. Post is a campus of Long Island University, the 9th largest private university in the country. Post students can take advantage of the university's 1.7 million volume library and extensive computing facilities.
And you're all getting lost in retained earnings there. Get some kind of system for yourself. These questions are all the same.
Post has a large scholarship budget that enables us to offer financial assistance based on academic performance, musical talent, athletic ability, and financial need.
You did that very well this time.
If you would like to study with students from more than 30 states and 38 foreign countries on a beautiful suburban campus near a major city, please request more information on the C.W. Post campus of Long Island University. We would be delighted to have you visit our campus. To arrange a visit, call 516-299-2413. The New York Times Selective Guide to Colleges reports that Long Island University's Southampton campus offers the perfect mix of intellectual, social, and environmental stimuli. Southampton is one of the nation's best private colleges, with a reputation for excellence in the sciences. The beauty of the Southampton area has attracted famous writers and artists who teach humanities and art courses. Brookhaven National Laboratories and major corporations provide student internships. Education at Southampton involves practical experiences. Marine science students work with marine life in their very first class. Communication students practice on the radio station. Education majors learn through student teaching.
You can even do the same thing with the antennae, as they fade off. You just scrape across.
Take a little bit of it?
Yeah, and it just sort of nicely fades away. But you're nearly done. This is a little finishing touch.
The faculty is dedicated to teaching undergraduates. They are proud that 10 Southampton graduates have won Fulbright fellowships in the past decade. Professors are accessible on an informal basis. The atmosphere at Southampton is casual, friendly, and open.
Beautiful. Here we go.
Almost all students live on campus. Southampton is a campus of Long Island University, the 9th largest private university in the country. Southampton students use the university's 1.7 million volume library and extensive computing facilities. To obtain more information or to arrange an overnight visit, call 516-283-4000.